What conditions pushed people to leave the country in Britain? Between 1750 and 1851, the population increased dramatically, and the enclosure, or process of wealthy landowners taking over and consolidating land formerly shared by peasant farmers of open fields into compact farms, displaced many small farming families. Because of this, families moved to towns to find work in factories and workshops.
People end up going. Because of the growing industry in cities that demanded many workers and the conditions they had in rural farms, including the enclosures that created large fields that required less workers for a larger profit, that resulted in laborers being put out of work and farmers being forced off of their lands due to not being able to compete with big landowners, people decided to move to urban areas, which caused a great population increase in cities. The country population soon went from 8 out of 10 English people living in the country to 5 out of 10 English people living in the country from 1750 to 1850 in a span of 10 years.
When the people arrived to the cities, it wasn't as glamorous as they expected. The owners of the factories in the cities rushed to build the housing of their workers. The workers' houses were dark, poorly constructed, and badly ventilated. The houses were built back to back in long rows, and everyone was cramped. Poor families had only a basement or an outhouse to sleep in, and the orphans and unemployed workers didn't have homes and had to live on the street. Families of 20 or more had to all share one bathroom. In addition, the workers' homes didn't have adequate sewer or garbage systems, which led to garbage all over the streets. All of these substandard conditions led to diseases like typhoid, measles, and cholera, and spread throughout the cities quickly. Moreover, crime was common in cities because there was no official police force. In conclusion, all of these harmful factors led to a much shorter life expectancy for workers in the city. For example, in 1842, a city worker in Manchester would only be expected to live for 17 years, compared to a farmer in 1842 in a rural area and could expect to live for 38 years.
Today, numerous laws and inventions have been created to make life easier for both rural and urban workers, including adequate sewer systems, official police forces, child labor laws limiting child labor, and laws concerning sanitation in cities that resulted in the spread of less diseases and, thus, less death. In addition, populations in rural communities worldwide continue to decrease at a rate of 5% every 10 years as the populations in worldwide urban communities persist in growing by also a rate of 5% every 10 years.